I think we have all had the experience of wondering, what is going on? What am I doing here? What is happening? I remember several years back being in a CCD class and talking about Pentecost to some junior high students. One young man, who I found out later was interested in the weather and hoped someday to be a meteorologist, said, "You might call Pentecost, Father, a holy hurricane." We went on to talk about the notion of the experience that the disciples had in this tremendous wind, coupled with the fear that they had because Jesus was gone, that they would be persecuted next. But this holy hurricane, as the gospel writer tells us, not only enlivened them, but encouraged them to dispel the fears that they had and to go out and preach the gospel. I think all of us would like to have an experience of the holy hurricane in our lives. We'd like sort of that earth-shattering experience that would be unmistakably the presence of God. But I think part of the reality of Pentecost that we share in is the reality of the Spirit working in our lives when there isn't a holy hurricane. It might be that occasion when we call a friend who needs someone to talk to. Spending time on the phone might be just the ticket in encouraging them to realize that the Spirit lives in their lives. It might be a note that we send to someone, or a small gift, or some flowers. Our time is so precious that it becomes sort of the mini holy hurricane that allows people to realize God's influence knows no boundaries, but is present everywhere. In faith, like the disciples, sometimes we have fears and wonder, what is going on in my life? What's happening here? But the experience of Pentecost is a personal experience that reminds us how much God loved us, more than we even know, by not only sending His Son to teach us, but the Spirit to encourage us. May God bless you on this feast of Pentecost, and may we know the Spirit's love and force in our lives.